What's up, Saber fans? It's your boy Breeze back again with another installation. Today's install is on an Ignition Saber Company and Gary Morris Subversion. It's a beautiful, beautiful hilt. No longer available, completely sold out. So the only way you'll be able to find one is secondhand. And good luck with that, because anyone who has a Subversion is probably going to keep it. So this one was sent in to me by Bryan, and I've done a hilt for Bryan in the past. I did his Mamba, which you can find on my channel if you want to check that video out. This one is on the Subversion, and he also wanted it installed with a Crystal Focus 10 soundboard. Let's take a look at this hilt. That is the blade plug. It came with it. It's got some really cool shrouds. Comes down to a brass machined crystal chamber, which we have a custom Noah Drew Holocron marble that Bryan had done, had made from Noah, and he put it in the crystal chamber. And then it comes down here to the grip area, and the speaker is down here. Some cool sound venting holes there on the pommel. Got some brass rods to match the brass crystal chamber. It's a beautiful, beautiful hilt design. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the install. So underneath the blade plug is a Shtok V4 lit PCB. Comes down, it is a 2-button setup here. Top button is going to be your power, bottom is your auxiliary. Comes down to the custom Noah Drew marble, and it is lit by 2 accent pixels on the top and bottom. So with this hilt, in order to get to the chassis, you have to remove the pommel cap. And then as you can see here, we have a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost dark side speaker for those bassy sounds. And then here, you are going to have to remove the 2 screws here that are holding the grip section in place in order to access the soundboard and battery compartment. So luckily this is a pretty quick change to remove the screws. Just got to be mindful not to lose the screws when you're doing this. And then it slips right out. Here is the battery compartment. And here is the CFX soundboard. All right, let's go ahead and pop it in. 18650 battery. Negative side is the spring side on the bottom. And check out that custom marble by Noah Drew. It's super sick. It's Holocron marble that he made just for Bryan. And Bryan put it in this hilt. Super unique. It looks really, really awesome. Okay, and then once it's in, you just want to put it back together. Luckily, Bryan, with a CFX, it does have deep sleep, so it will put itself to sleep without draining your battery power. And then you obviously can have extra batteries to swap it out if need be. But something that's great with the CFX is the deep sleep function on the soundboard. So let me just get this back together, and we'll take a look at the Saber itself. All right, let's go ahead and fire her up. This is, so top button is your power, bottom is your auxiliary, like I mentioned before. marble crystal will mimic everything you got going on with the blade. There's a lit PCB that's on. Nice and loud with the Smuggler's Outpost speaker. So I do have it configured just like your Mamba, but there is something that I learned while installing this hilt, and shout out to Bryan for figuring it out and then letting me know that he saw it in a video that Avery Castillo did. And Avery is another saber installer. He does excellent work, so definitely go check out his stuff. But generally with a crystal focus, when you change sound fonts, the crystal, by default, in the stock settings, does not show what the next color of the blade will be. So usually when you go through your sound fonts, the first one will light up in idle, and then when you're switching sound fonts,
sound bank selection.
So on the very first font, it will show it, but then as you go down the font list, the crystal doesn't light up at all. And so with both Bryan and Avery's help, I was able to get it so the crystal lit up to match the blade color of the sound font, which is super cool and something new that I've learned that I can take, forward with me installing crystal focus boards. So check it out.
Crystal focus.
There you go.
Crystal focus.
Nebula.
Granite.
Off. Revolt. Shattered. The force unleashed. Coming The old Republic. The old Republic. Shoot.
Yep. And then when you switch it, it goes into the pulsing idle. That crystal just looks so dang cool. So something I do want to mention, because it is a CFX 9-axis soundboard, it does have force activation capabilities, and I did turn this on for you just like your Mamba. So force activation means all you need is a magnetic ring, and you can activate this thing without pushing the button or twisting it with just a wave of a hand.
Sound bank selection. Crystal focus.
Something to note, Bryan, is when you do the force activation. Something to note, Bryan, when you do the force activation, the soundboard itself is located behind on the back side here, on the opposite side of the crystal chamber. So you're gonna get the best force activation from the back. Now, it will activate from the front as well, but you'd have to get right on it, because the soundboard is facing the other side and the magnetic field is coming around this way. Just as something to keep in mind when you are playing with the force activation. All right.
Sound bank selection. Crystal focus. Crystal focus.
Nebula.
Granite.
Off.
Sound bank selection.
Off. Revolt. Shattered. The force unleashed. Coming The old Republic. The old Republic. Shoot.
Youngling.
This is General Kenobi. Surely we can be civilized about this?
So As you know, the sound font package is exactly like your Green Mamba that we did earlier. So all of the colors and everything and all of the fonts that are on there on here, they behave the same way. Force activation the same. This one just has a dope Noah Drew custom marble. This one.
I have a bad feeling about this.
All right, that's it. This is an Ignition Saber Company and Gary Morris Subversion installed with a CFX neopixel for Bryan. Bryan, thank you so much for trusting me with another one of your sabers. This saber is absolutely sick, man. It looks fantastic. If any of you guys out there are looking for a custom lightsaber installation, a custom neopixel blade, a conversion of a master replica or a Black Series, hit me up, check me out. Breezy Saber Works on Facebook, Instagram. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time. May the Force be with you. Peace.